Alright, buckle up, because today we're diving into a showdown that could reshape our future. Forget your usual tech buzz. This is about power, control, and the very real possibility that AI is coming for your job. The stage? A Senate hearing. The star? OpenAI's Sam Altman. And the question on everyone's mind? Is this AI revolution going to lift us all, or leave millions behind? I know, sounds dramatic, but the stakes couldn't be higher. A recent poll showed that 68% of Americans are worried about the potential job losses due to AI automation. What's even more shocking? Experts predict that AI could automate up to 40% of jobs in the next decade. That's a lot of people potentially out of work. Let's get into it. So, what went down at the Senate hearing? In a nutshell, Sam Altman, the CEO of OpenAI, which is the company behind ChatGPT, testified before the Senate Commerce, Science, and Transportation Committee. He was joined by heavy hitters from Microsoft, AMD, and CoreWeave. The topic? The future of AI. Now, Altman painted a pretty picture. He said AI is going to be at least as big as the internet, maybe bigger, and that it will transform society in incredibly positive ways. He even called for investment in AI infrastructure, emphasizing the importance of a dual revolution in AI and energy production. Sounds great, right? Almost too good to be true. The core of Altman's argument was that with the right investment and policies, AI can be a massive force for good, driving innovation and creating new opportunities. He urged senators to help streamline policy for AI-related projects and fundraising, arguing that a clear regulatory framework is crucial for fostering innovation while mitigating potential risks. But here's the thing. While Altman was optimistic, other voices in the hearing raised some serious red flags. Let's dig deeper. Now, a major theme of the hearing was competition, specifically the race between the U.S. and China in the AI arena. Senator Ted Cruz, the chair of the committee, didn't mince words. He said China aims to lead the world in AI by 2030. He framed it as a fork in the road. Should the U.S. embrace its history of entrepreneurial freedom or adopt the command and control policies of Europe? This is where things get really interesting. The executives warned against U.S. export controls that could end up pushing other countries toward China's AI technology. Lisa Su, the CEO of AMD, pointed out that if the U.S. can't get its technology adopted globally, other, less advanced technologies will mature over time. Altman himself drew a direct line between the ability of the U.S. to attract global talent and sell its products globally and national security and international influence. He argued that the U.S. needs to ensure its entire tech stack is adopted by as much of the world as possible. Think about it. The more countries rely on U.S.-developed AI, the more leverage the U.S. has on the global stage. This isn't just about economic dominance. It's about national security. But there's a potential downside. Stricter export controls, intended to limit China's access to advanced AI chips, could backfire by incentivizing other countries to develop their own AI technologies, potentially weakening the U.S.'s lead in the long run. The Trump administration already announced restrictions on sales of NVIDIA's H20 chips and AMD's MI308 chips to China, costing those companies billions. The Biden administration is also considering additional AI chip controls. It's a delicate balancing act, protecting national security while fostering innovation and maintaining a competitive edge. Okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room, regulation. Altman has actually voiced support for AI regulation, but with a catch. He wants it to be light touch and balance safety with ensuring wide access to the tech. He even suggested new testing and licensing requirements for AI developers. But here's where it gets tricky. Gary Marcus, a former NYU professor and AI skeptic, warned lawmakers against repeating the mistakes they made in failing to regulate social media years ago. He called it a perfect storm of corporate irresponsibility, widespread deployment, lack of adequate regulation, and inherent unreliability. Marcus called for a profound sense of urgency when approaching AI safety. On the other hand, Christina Montgomery, IBM's chief privacy and trust officer, cautioned against regulating AI as a technology and advised lawmakers to instead focus on regulating particularly harmful use cases. She argued that existing regulatory bodies like the FTC and FCC are already equipped to handle AI-related risks. So, you have two opposing views, one calling for proactive, comprehensive regulation, and the other advocating for a more targeted, case-by-case approach. Which one is the right path? It's a tough question, and the answer probably lies somewhere in the middle. The key is to find a regulatory framework that fosters innovation while protecting consumers and society from potential harms. This is where the discussion of things like explainable AI comes in. If you can't understand why an AI made a certain decision, how can you trust it? There's also the issue of bias. AI models are trained on data, and if that data reflects existing societal biases, the AI will perpetuate those biases. This can have serious consequences in areas like hiring, lending, and even criminal justice. We need to ensure that AI is fair, transparent, and accountable. All right, let's get to the question that's probably on your mind. Will AI take my job? The witnesses at the hearing had differing opinions on this. Altman acknowledged that AI will have a significant impact on jobs, but said it's unclear exactly how that will play out. He believes that AI excels at completing tasks, but isn't as proficient at completing full jobs. He optimistically stated, "I believe there will be far greater jobs on the other side of this." Marcus, on the other hand, went a step further, saying that artificial general intelligence could threaten most jobs, although that day could be as far as 50 years away. He believes that OpenAI's models are still a long way from achieving artificial general intelligence. So what's the truth? Well, the reality is probably somewhere in between. AI is likely to automate certain tasks and processes, leading to job displacement in some industries. However, it's also likely to create new jobs in other industries, particularly those related to AI development, implementation, and maintenance. The key is to prepare for these changes by investing in education and training programs that equip workers with the skills they need to succeed in the AI-powered economy. We need to focus on helping people transition to new roles and industries. This could involve things like reskilling initiatives, apprenticeship programs, and even universal basic income. The goal is to ensure that everyone benefits from the AI revolution, not just a select few. A recent study by McKinsey Global Institute estimated that AI could displace up to 800 million workers globally by 2030, but it also predicts that AI could create up to 97 million new jobs. It's a massive shift, and we need to be ready for it. There's another crucial piece of this puzzle: energy. AI requires massive amounts of computing power, which translates to massive amounts of energy consumption. Altman even visited a massive data center project in Texas, chosen for its potential access to various energy resources, including wind and solar power. He praised Texas for incentivizing major AI projects and suggested that other states should study their approach. However, he also cautioned against a patchwork regulatory framework for AI, stating that it would be difficult to comply with 50 different sets of regulations. The Department of Energy estimates that the electricity needed for data centers in the U.S. could consume up to 12% of the nation's electricity by 2028. That's a huge increase, and it raises concerns about the environmental impact of AI. We need to find ways to make AI more energy efficient, and that means investing in research and development of new hardware and software technologies. It also means exploring alternative energy sources, such as renewable energy and nuclear power. The AI revolution needs to be a sustainable revolution. We can't afford to trade technological progress for environmental destruction. So, what's the takeaway from all of this? The Senate hearing revealed a complex and rapidly evolving landscape. AI has the potential to transform society in profound ways, but it also poses significant risks. We need to address these risks proactively by developing a clear regulatory framework, investing in education and training, and ensuring that AI is developed and deployed responsibly. The race between the US and China in the AI arena is heating up, and the US needs to maintain its competitive edge while protecting its national security. But it's not just about winning the race. It's about ensuring that AI is used for the benefit of all humanity. What do you think? Is AI a revolution or a threat? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth analysis of the latest tech trends. Thanks for watching.